Hey everyone, in this video I'm going to introduce you to linear indexing in MATLAB. First, I'll explain how the elements of an array are stored in computer memory. Then I'll show you how to reference a single element, more than one element, and a range of elements in a matrix using a single index. Let's get started. A matrix is a two-dimensional array that has a size of m by n, where m is the number of rows and n is the number of columns. But the elements aren't stored in computer memory as a two-dimensional array. Consider the 3 by 3 matrix below. Next, let's visualize how the elements of the matrix will be stored in computer memory. The elements will be stored in computer memory as a one-dimensional array. Array layout or array order refers to the order in which array elements are stored in computer memory. In MATLAB, the elements of an array are stored in column major layout or column major order by default, starting with the first column and proceeding to the last column. The elements of the columns are contiguous in memory. Since the elements of the matrix are stored as a one-dimensional array, they can be accessed with a single index. This is known as linear indexing. Alright, let's head to MATLAB and check out a few examples. Now that we're in MATLAB, we're going to use the magic function to quickly create a 3 by 3 magic square matrix and assign it to the variable a. A is assigned the value of. Now I'm going to call the magic function, and the input argument is the number of rows or columns. The result is a 3 by 3 magic square matrix. To help visualize how the elements are stored in computer memory, let's use the colon operator as the index. The elements were reshaped into a single column vector in column major order, starting with the first column and proceeding to the last column. MATLAB uses one-based indexing. In other words, the first element in an array has an index of 1. So A1 is the first element in matrix A, which has a value of 8. You can use the keyword end as an index to reference the last element in an array. So A end is the last element in matrix A, which has a value of 2. To reference a specific element, simply use the number of the element as the index. So A4 is the fourth element in matrix A, which has a value of 1. To reference more than one element, specify the indices in a vector. The indices should be separated by a comma or a space and enclosed in square brackets. So A2, 4 refers to the second and fourth elements in matrix A, which have values of 3 and 1. The colon operator can also be used to reference a range of elements. So A4:6 refers to the fourth through the sixth element in matrix A, which have values of 1, 5, and 9. One of the advantages of linear indexing is you can perform calculations that are independent of the size or the shape of the array. For example, you could use the sum function to sum all of the elements of matrix A without providing a second input argument to the sum function. So the sum of all of the elements in matrix A is 45. Alright, that's it. I hope this video provided you with a good introduction to linear indexing in MATLAB. Thanks for watching. If you liked this video and want to see more, subscribe below. If you would like to support the channel, leave a super thanks in the comments, or click join to become a member. You can find me online and on social media at David Calamus and Spartan Professor.